Hey, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having a good day. You're staying sane. I know that there is so much going on right now, and I've gotten a lot of messages in the last couple days. If you guys have been here for a hot second, you know that I'm super passionate about what I do. I'm super passionate about health and wellness and the opportunities that come with it because it has completely changed our lives. And I don't say that lightly. But if you've also followed me for a hot second, you know that I can get really emotional. And you also, especially now when we have been in our houses, quarantined and not talking to very many adults face to face, that I can get really long-winded about this. So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, and I will go back through, hey everybody, I will go back through and I'll read all your comments, I will answer all your questions, but I want to keep this short and sweet so that you guys can, if you want to share this with people and hear my heart in this, then you will be able to. So like I said, I know that there is a lot going on right now. And when I share boldly about this, I have gotten a couple of types of messages. There are either the people right now that know more than ever that our health is super important. And there are a lot of people that are now ready to get going with it and reaching out and messaging. And then I've gotten a couple, not very many, but I've gotten a couple of messages from people that are like, man, I don't know why you're doing this right now. Like, people are in crisis and you are still sharing with people. And I don't understand how you can be asking people to buy products from you right now when the world is in this kind of crisis. And so I want you to hear my heart on this because I know, yes, baby. Yes, you can. So I know that this right now is very real for a lot of people. And I'm not negating that. We have very real fears in our family with family members and different things that are going on in the farming community. And that is why I share. Because I know that while this crisis is going on right now, I know that it's going to end. But I also know that while there is a large pandemic and as a collective whole, we have a lot of worries, I also know that every single day before this even happened, people that I know and that I love were going through very real crisis on a daily basis. And that's why I share. Because this opportunity is something that changes lives now more than ever. And so I just want to take you back a couple of years ago when we first started this, and even before we started this. So I had 3 kids in 3 years, not all my plan, but absolutely God's plan. And when we had our first 2 girls, I was still teaching. My health was a disaster. I had a lot of things going on with our health, and I was traveling every 2 weeks, 2.5 hours to a specialist to get my joints strained. A lot of people didn't know that. I wasn't posting about it on Facebook. It wasn't something that I was completely proud of, but that was our reality. And so then when my oldest daughter started having a lot of different intolerances and reactions and had a life-threatening response, my husband and I made the decision that I was going to stay home. I was a school teacher. So a week after we made that huge decision to walk away from my teaching income that was paying our mortgage, that was paying all of the things, because dairy farming isn't lucrative. And that was never an issue for us because it's his passion. He loves it. It's something that I knew going into this, right? But we were a 2-income household. We made that decision to walk away from teaching, to give it a year, 2 years, while raising babies and figuring stuff out. A week after I resigned from my teaching position, I found out that we were expecting our 3rd. And now it is a complete blessing. But even going back to those moments, I'm not ashamed to say that when I found out, I sobbed. Not because I was not ready to love another child, but I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified that now we were going to have 3 mouths to feed and we weren't going to have my income. And on top of that, we weren't going to have my insurance. And to say that that felt like a crisis in our family is an understatement because I was stressed. The number 1 and 2 things that people stress about every single day are our health and our finances. And the reality is that we can find, not that they're healthy, but we can find quick fixes for our health, right? You get a headache, you can go to the convenience store and buy something that's going to make it go away for an hour so that you can function in your day. But the reality is that when we don't have our finances, there's not a quick fix for that. Guys, we have residual bills every single month. We can all think of them, right? We have our insurances, we have car payments, house payments, grocery, electric bill. We have all the things. And when we go to bed at night, that's what we're worried about. We're worried about being able to pay for those things. And so when we found out that our son was on the way, I started an Etsy business I love crafting, started an Etsy business sharing vinyl. That helped us. It helped get us through. But the very real reality is, especially right now, we cannot go out and get a second job. We can't go out and do something to help bring more in. Because number one, we're not allowed. But even before this pandemic, there are not enough hours in a day. Derek was already working 16 hours a day. That was reality. He couldn't go get a second job. I had 3 kids under 3 and a daughter that needed extra in the terms of I didn't want somebody coming into our house to care for her because her intolerances were that bad. So we just got by. But from the outside looking in, people didn't know about that stuff. They didn't know that we were going through all of that because it wasn't something that I was posting about. That's why so many of us share this opportunity so boldly. Because friend, if you are going through those struggles, you feel like you're alone. I did. I felt like I was alone in my health, that I couldn't fix it. I felt like I was alone in our struggles with our finances because I didn't want to talk about it. And that's why right now, more than ever, I know that so many people want the extra. They want the extra with their health and they want the extra with their time freedom. To be able, like my kids are upstairs right now. And I do not take this lightly, that when this all hit, I was completely confident in what we were doing for our health because it's actually recommended right now. Gut health is 70 to 80% of your immune system, 95% of your serotonin. I mean, so many things, and I could go on and on and on about this. But I was confident in what we were doing for our health because I know that we have the products that we need. And I was also confident in what I'm doing because I get to do it being home with my kids. From the cell phone that you're sitting at watching this right now, that's where I get to share every single day. And I am beyond proud to be part of an industry that allows us to do that if we want that option. And right now, more than ever, that's possible. When I started this, I did not want it. You guys that have heard my story, you know that I messaged and I said, don't ever message me about this. I will never share. It's not what I want to do. Because I had so many wrong feelings about network marketing. And if that's you right now, and you are still watching this, I want you to know how different this opportunity is. I love that there are options. Some of my best friends are in other companies, and I love that we get to follow our passions. But I had somebody before I came to Plexus, before I started this, that came to me and said, here's an opportunity for you. It's $5,000 for a startup. Y'all, we didn't have $50 extra to donate to something or to get started with something. $5,000 worth, and a lot of them are like this. Even an extra $200-$300 to buy some of the kits right now, that's a lot of money for people. And then those products sit in your closet, and you have to have an entire closet filled with products that you have to sell and go do parties and go do all of the things. Plexus just announced a $10 buy-in. For $9.95, you get a turnkey business that you can share with other people. And in the first 48 hours, you can have $350 back in your bank account. And in a week, on top of that, you can have another $150 back in for a $10 investment. $500 back. Guys, in 2008, when the last recession hit, and they did the statistics afterwards, $500 was the amount that they came up with that would have completely changed things for people. That they wouldn't have had to go into foreclosure on their houses, that they wouldn't have had to have been so stressed out. And to be partnering with a company with products that people need every single day. And I'm passionate about this for 4 years now because I have seen my daughter upstairs completely drastically change with her mood. I mean, she's 10 now, so not always with the mood, right? But with her intolerances and being able to go out and be a normal kid, for me to not suffer with joint issues anymore or headaches that would control my days. Or 3 kids in 3 years, ladies, let's talk about that. Like, our moods are all over the place. To be able to be a mom now and be in the moments and not sit on the sidelines, I will say yes to that every single day. But to be able to boldly share about an opportunity that has not just changed my life, that has changed other people's lives too, that is not something that I will ever be quiet about. And maybe it's not for you, and that's okay. But maybe you have somebody in your life that it is for. That this could be the opportunity that gives them a lifeline. That makes them, when they go to bed at night, that they're not so stressed and worried about their health. And that they're not so stressed and worried about where their next bill is going to get paid for. So when I say that I share boldly about this, it's because I know that we have an opportunity that is changing things for people. Not just for a week, not just for 3 months until this all hopefully blows over, but for a lifetime that is helping to build a legacy. And guys, if you're watching this thinking, oh, that's easy for her, like she can go live on Facebook and she can share with people she's got it all together. I clicked go live with a shaking hand. I step outside of comfort zones every single day to be able to change things for other people. And then in return, our family is blessed beyond measure. If this is you, if somebody tags you in this video, if somebody sends this video to you, reach back out to them. Don't reach out. I mean, I'm always here for questions, but that's One Plexus. We do this together. We rise together. There's no competition in this whatsoever. And it's one of the best parts of this opportunity, that you get the support. You get what you need. When I started this, like I said, I was not sharing. I was bold about that, guys, like to the point where I was kind of mean about it. Like, don't message me again. And we are a sharing society. We share things. Yep, I will help you in just 1 second. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
We share things that we love, right? We share when we find a restaurant that we love. We share it. When we find jeans that make our butt look good, we share them, right? You are part of social sharing and network marketing every single day. But you may not be part of one that's as amazing as this. That when you bless people with their health and with their time, that you get blessed in return. So if you have somebody, if this is you, and if any part of this resonated with you, do not go without asking the questions. With this company, we don't have quotas. We don't have minimums that we have to meet. So when I share my heart with you on this, it's not to get another sale. It's not to do X, Y, and Z. I share because this opportunity has changed everything for us. And it can for you too. And when you reach out, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right people. And so if you have questions, you get them answered. And if you decide that this isn't for you, it's not for you. But at least you have explored your options. All right. I love you guys. If you have questions, you know that I'm always here for this. Clearly, I'm passionate about it. I love what I do. And I want to see every single person be able to have those opportunities that blesses them in return. Oh, and I didn't even mention this. For $10, you get everything that you need. I did mention that. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Have a good day. Please say bye to everybody.
Bye.